Please take note that the programs and other transmissions aired on Madani channel may contain clips of various occasions and audible editing.
सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला मुहम्मद नियतुल मुमिन खैरुन मिन अमलिही। मुसलमान की नियत उसके अमल से बेहतर है। अल्लाह ज़वजल की रज़ा पाने और सवाब कमाने की गर्ज से सिलसिला देखने से पहले अच्छी अच्छी नियतें फरमा लीजिए। अल्लाह की रज़ा की खातिर इल्म दीन हासिल करूंगा, सीखकर दूसरों तक नेकी की दावत पहुंचाऊंगा, खास खास बातें लिखूंगा, अव्वल ता आखिर देखूंगा। सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला मुहम्मद।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिल मुरसलीन अम्मा बअद फअऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अलैका या रसूलल्लाह अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अलैका या हबीबल्लाह अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अलैका या नबियल्लाह व अला आलिका व अस्हाबिका या नूरल्लाह। और नबी sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that a person who sends 1,000 times daily durood or salawat upon me, he will not die till he sees his place in Jannah. In other words, that a person who is in habit of sending 1,000 times daily durood upon beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the life of this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show him the beauty of Jannah and will show him his house in Jannah. Therefore we must make our habit of reciting durood upon beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in abundance. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam salatan wa salaman alayka ya sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. Dearest Islamic brothers, Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, we are gathered in weekly ijtima of Dawat-e-Islami in Lorien, South Africa. While I was coming to the masjid, an Islamic brother who was bringing me to the masjid, he played an old CD of a lecture of Ameer-e-AhleSunnat, Hazrat Maulana Muhammad iLyas Qadri, the founder of Dawat-e-Islami, Madani Ali. And the points that were discussed in that speech were amazing. In actual fact that I heard this lecture of Ameer-e-AhleSunnat first time in my life, although I've heard many of his talks. So I decided to give you the summary of the Bayan of Ameer-e-AhleSunnat, which I have heard today between Maghrib and Isha. And inshallah you will also enjoy and realize that his thoughts are very thought-provoking and they bring change in the lives of Muslims. I will explain in my words. It would not be exactly the same lecture. I would add few things from my side as well to elaborate and to make it more easy for everyone to understand. Dearest Islamic brothers, everyone sitting here would agree that we all wish and we all make an effort to have such life that we don't have shortage of wealth. Why we need wealth? Because wealth solves our problems. Apparently, if you have wealth, you can get the best doctor if you are sick or your family member is sick. You can afford the best hospital. You can send your children to the best school according to your assessment. If you have a problem, you can afford the best lawyer to fight on your behalf in the court of law. You want to go on holidays, you want to go and see the beautiful places and the sceneries in the world, the wealth will afford you to do that. So we all want wealth, we like it. And we have a tendency, a natural tendency towards the wealth. That is the reason that wealth is called mal in Arabic language. And the word mal is derived from the word Maulan. And Maulan means tendency. Because the heart of human being has a tendency towards the wealth. Therefore the name in Arabic language which is given to the wealth is mal and derives from Maulan. So every person, every human being has a natural tendency towards the wealth. We all want that. But does everyone get it? Does everyone sitting here say that I have enough? And my desire of wealth is fulfilled? Nobody. You strive, you struggle, but you die with that wish. Maybe there might be a handful who achieve, but the rest of the people, they struggle. Everyone wants that I should not get sick at any time. So we take necessary medications, precautions. If there are vaccinations, we take that. And we don't like sickness, we don't like to get sick. So if I ask you, does anyone of you want to get sick? So what would be your answer? No, you don't want to get sick. But do you get sick or don't you get sick? You do get sick. Your desire is not to get sick, but you do get sick. You want and you desire that there should not be a worry. I should be worryless. But I don't think that you will ever have a day that you don't have a worry. Every day you got worry, not just a worry, worries in dozens, in hundreds, in thousands. So worries will not help you. Your worries will make an addition to your existing worries. So there is no help. You are worried, but no help. I wish that the people had worries about the Akhirah. The more you worry about the Akhirah, the less your worries become in the Akhirah. The more you worry in the dunya, the more worries are added to your existing worries. The more you worry about Akhirah, you are lessening your worries in the Akhirah. So which one is a better thing to do? To worry about the Akhirah or to worry about the dunya? But this is unfortunate but reality, but the truth. That everything that we want to do is to show the people. Everything that we want to do must be politically correct. The major worry is what the people will say. What is the major worry? What the people will say. There are so many sins that people don't commit, not because they fear Allah. They don't commit so many sins because they are worried what the people will say. Does anyone sitting here is a thief? If a thief is sitting here in this gathering, can he raise his hand and identify himself that I'm a thief? I don't see a one. But are there thieves in our society or not? There are. Do you agree? There are thieves in our society? Maybe coincidentally they didn't come tonight here. But if someone is sitting here, maybe because of the shyness, he is not raising his hand. But there are thieves. Okay, I take that all of you are very good people. I take that none of you is a thief. But the question is, why are you not thief? You are not thief because you fear Allah? Or you are not thief because there are some other issues connected and related to theft? Because if you are a thief, you can be caught. You can be put in the prison. You would be humiliated, your family would be humiliated, you will have a bad name. Your nose, the nose of your family would be cut. In Urdu we say, family की नाक कट जाओगी, अपनी नाक कट जाओगी. Is this the reason that you're not a thief? Or do you really fear Allah? That's why you're not a thief. That is the question that we need to ask. And if you say that, no, I'm not a thief because I fear Allah, I doubt that. Okay, there might be very few in the world that would be true in this claim that I'm not a thief because I fear Allah. But many of us will fail that test. Many of us will be proven that we were insincere. We were lying when we said, I'm not a thief because I fear Allah. If that is the reason, then answer me, why do we miss our salat? Because when you miss a salat, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said that the person who misses one salat deliberately, his name is written on the door of Jahannam, through which he will enter a hell. Is there no warning about missing a salat, about not performing a salat? Is there no warning about azab and the punishment? If one really fears Allah, same Allah that you fear and you don't steal, the same Allah you should fear and not miss a salat. But you miss a salat, but you don't steal. Do you ever realize what is the reason? The reason is because when you miss a salat, when you don't perform a salat, nobody points a finger at you. Nobody criticizes you. Nobody talks ill about you. Nobody puts you in the jail. Your name or your family's name is not gone into gutters. Because this is the mindset has become of the Muslim community. Missing salat or not performing your salat is no more a defect in their eyes. But theft and stealing, it's still a defect, it's still a fault, it's still a error. And it puts you into too many problems, and too many sorrows, and too many troubles. Therefore, we choose not to steal, and we choose not to perform our salat with punctuality. So who's really controlling our action? Is it the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal? Or is it something else? We have forgotten that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. But we do remember that people are watching. So therefore, what would be correct in the eyes of the people, we want to do that. And then we want to be very gentlemen and nice. Oh no, we the noble people, we the pious ones, we the good ones, because we don't do that bad thing and we don't do this bad thing. But in reality, the intentions are different. Allah knows your intentions. Ameer-e-AhleSunnat says that the parents come to me and they say, please make dua for my son because he's on drugs. He says in the beginning, I used to think that they are very nice people. They're very good people because they don't like drugs. Because drug gives intoxication, so they don't like intoxication, so they're very good people. That's why they're coming and asking that please make dua for my son because he's on drugs. But then he says, later on I changed my opinion. But I said, no. If this father was worried about his son because of the fear of Allah, because of the azab of Allah Azza wa Jal, as he's worried about his drug habit, he would have been worried about his not performing salat. He would have been worried that my son does not keep beard. He makes his face like the face of Jews. And even the father who brings the complaint, his face looks like the face of Jews. Why do I say that? The person who shaves his beard, his face looks like the face of Jews, because this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. I'm not saying that, I'm delivering it to you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, leave your beards and don't make your faces like the faces of Jews. If you shave your beard, according to the founder of this deen, our beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this is not the fatwa of any mufti, this is not the opinion of any scholar. This is the order and what is being said and explained by our beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that if you shave your beard, you are making your face like the face of Jews. So you choose whose face you want to have. You choose. फैसला तेरा, तेरे हाथों में है दिल या शिकम. You choose whether you want to listen to your carnal desires or you want to listen to your heart. It's up to you now. So the issue that I was raising, that why is this father so worried about his drug addict son? If it was because of the fear of Allah, then he would have had the same feelings regarding his non-performance of salah, regarding his other bad habits. But no, he got a different reason to come and ask for dua. It's not because of the fear of Allah. It's because if anyone's son is taking drugs and he lives in this society, everyone looks down upon them, upon that family. That's the fear. This child becomes cancer in the family. He wants money. He steals money. He steals the jewelry of his mother and his sisters. He reaches a point where he steals all copper and other metals, pots in the house, and he goes and he sells and he buys drugs with that. So you want to save your pots. You want to save your money. You want to save the jewelry of your wife and your daughters. Because you got this evil sitting in your house. And plus he's lazy. He's unable to work. He is a grown-up man, but he is unable to bring money into your house. You brought him up. You sent him into good schools. You invested your wealth in him, hoping that one day I'm old and he's a young man. He'll have a degree. He'll have a job. He'll be earning. And I will have a good time in my old age. But he has let you down. But in your old age, he is not a support to you. He is a burden to you. And because of that problem, and because of that fear, you are coming to a holy man and you are saying, please make dua because my child is on drugs. There is no fear of Allah. So our staying away, abstaining from evils or from sins are not based on the fear of Allah. They are based on other reasons because we want to be politically correct in the eyes of the people who live in our society. There are beautiful stories that gives us a lesson so we can maybe awaken our sleeping senses. We have become senseless. But in Baghdad Sharif, there was a person who held a woman with an open mouth, and he is waving his mouth in the air and he is about to attack her. She's screaming, she's crying, she's asking for help, and nobody is coming forward to help her because this man is a hooligan. He's a gangster. He's known to the people for his bad doings and his temper, and he's a killer. So nobody had the guts to go forward with the fear that he might leave her and attack me. And this happens many a times. So she is screaming and asking for help. Suddenly, a man came and he passed close by that attacking person, that hooligan, and he quickly said something and he moved on, he moved forward. And this attacker, this hooligan, this gangster, he fell unconscious on the ground. And for a couple of hours he stayed unconscious. And after a while he got up and he's crying. His condition is changed. So people came and they asked, what has happened to you? You are such a brave man. You don't care about anyone. You can kill any person at any time. You can't be afraid of something because somebody said something to you and you fell unconscious. He said, actually, while I was busy with my act, this man of Allah came to me and he said to me in my ear slowly, Allah is watching you. And he went away. He didn't say anything more than that. And that made an impact upon me and I fell unconscious. And then people wanted to know, who's that person? So one in the crowd, he recognized and he said, I know that person. His name is Shaykh Bishr Hafi radiallahu ta'ala, the great wali of Allah. Because these were the words of a wali of Allah. These were the words of a person who believed in his words. A person who gave neki ki dawat with his heart, not just with his words. जो बात दिल से निकलती हो असर रखती है. Anything that comes out from the heart, it makes an impact. You can have a lip service, you can have the most beautiful words and present your discourses and your speeches and your lectures. You can mesmerize people with your wordings and with your sentences and with the skills of your being an orator. But there is no guarantee that you will touch the hearts of the people. Well, there is a great possibility that this might just be a skill and nothing else. But on the other hand, there are true preachers. On the other hand, there are people of Allah. On the other hand, there are people who say to you, because they believe that I am obligated as a Muslim to pass a word of goodness to you and inform you about the harms of evils. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes an impact on the hearts of the Muslims through their words. So through the words of Hazrat Bishr Hafi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created an impact on the heart of an evil person that he was unable to stop that and nobody had the ability to stop him. But his word, the word of that great Muballigh, stopped him from that evil act. So these are the people that we need to follow. These are the people that who talk plain and simple, but they catch the thief inside you, that's hidden inside you, and they tell you there's a thief. And they tell you that this is your problem, this is your inner problem, this is your spiritual problem, and this is the cure of that problem. So alhamdulillah, in the environment of Dawat-e-Islami, we have such people, and such people have been prepared and made and trained. They have been prepared and made and trained by the founder of this movement, a great reformer of this time, a Muslim of this time, a guide, a hadi, a murshid, a person who sees the hidden thief in the hearts of the community, who is a doctor of the diseases of the community, the Muslim Ummah. He is Hakim al-Ummah, and he informs you that this is your problem, and this is your problem, and this is your sickness, and this is your sickness, and this is the cure for this sickness, and this is the cure for that sickness. So do not keep yourself away from the beautiful mahal and environment of Dawat-e-Islami. Listen to the beautiful words of wisdom, the wise thoughts of Ameer-e-AhleSunnat Inshallah Azza wa Jal, what I'm telling you, you will endorse that. What I'm telling you, you will be preaching that one day because you would love it. And what you love it, you want others to know about it. And this is the quality of the believer, that what you love for yourself, you should love for your brother. So if I love that I found the truth, the real truth, the ground level truth, the truth that makes common sense to everyone, if I have found that in the company, in the teachings of Ameer-e-AhleSunnat, Damat Barakatuhum al-Qudsiyah, why should I not tell you that you must also come in and find the truth? Because this is what as being a believer, this is my responsibility. As being a sincere servant to the Muslim community, this is my responsibility. But if I loved something, I should tell you that there is something beautiful that you should also love. Alhamdulillah, today as we sit, the work of Dawat-e-Islami has reached in over 107 countries in the world. This is the biggest movement of people of Haqq in the world. I have conditioned that word, so please listen carefully. This is the biggest movement of the people of Haqq, people on the right path, on the true path in the world, alhamdulillah. So join this Madani caravan, join this Madani Qafila. So alhamdulillah, in order to spread the word of goodness in the world, in our towns, in our cities, in order to bring reform in Muslim society, in Muslim families, in our lives, we need to sacrifice. And what do we need? What do we ask? You think that every time when we talk to you, we're going to ask you money? No. Dawat-e-Islami is not an organization, it is a money collecting organization. Our work is to give Mekki Dawat. Now and then we need money because we have certain jobs which can only be done with the money, so we need money and we collect money, but this is not our purpose. This is not what we always ask. Our work is Mekki Dawat. Our work is to travel in the path of Allah, sacrifice our time. Alhamdulillah, Dawat-e-Islami has a mobile system, mobile madrasas, Madani caravans, Madani qafilas, travel from town to town, city to city. The amount of knowledge of deen that you will attain, you will be surprised. Many people don't know that when they become baligh, there are certain branches of knowledge which become obligatory upon them to learn in detail. If they don't learn these branches of knowledge, they will be sinners just because they have not learned these branches of knowledge. But they don't know about it. As you become a baligh, it is further upon you to learn the detailed masail of ghusl and wuzu and salat. How many people do really know their ghusl and their wuzu? You might say to yourself, no, I know it. But did you ever put yourself to a test? Did you ever ask someone who is properly learned in this field to check your ghusl and to check your wudu? I have an experience. So I'm talking with my experience. Not saying by hearsay or heard from someone. We travel in Madani Qafilas. People come. Always they were reading namaz. They were making wuzu, they were making ghusl, and when they leave, they admit and they make a confession that today I have learned how to perform wuzu, and today I have learned how to perform ghusl, and today I have learned how to perform my salat. Because they have availed themselves, they have sacrificed time. So we don't have a choice but to take this opportunity for our own sake, for our own goodness, for our own correction, for ibadat. Because if you do something incorrect, that would not be an excuse on the day of judgment. If you said, no, I didn't know, because you have to perform your salat the way Allah and Rasul wants you to perform, not the way you want to perform. There is a difference, and there are many people that perform salat the way they want to perform, not the way Allah and His Rasul demands us to perform. And in order to do that, you need to learn. It's a skill. How to perform a salat is a skill. You cannot learn carpentry, you cannot learn any work without going through a proper training under a teacher. And you think that salat is so easy that you would just learn it? Because you saw someone doing it, so you can do it? No! You are mistaken. These things don't happen this way. Each and everything we have to learn, and we have to learn properly under qualified teachers. Not under chances. Under qualified teachers. Keep that word in mind. Because you don't compromise on any other field of life, learning something under a chancel. If you are a carpenter, you won't take a chance to learn carpentry under a chancel. What would you do? You will look for an expert, the person who knows his job properly, because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your resources. You don't want to become a carpenter whose carpentry is challenged. And there are objections always. So people come and tell you, you don't know your work. So this is a matter of dunya, so you're very careful. And what about the matter of deen? Why are you not so careful about that? So it's not too late. Therefore, Dawat-e-Islami has come to you and offering you to travel in Madani Qafilas. Travel for 3 days, travel for 12 days. If Allah gives you tawfiq, travel for 1 month. It's all about learning. So I hope that there are some brothers sitting here who would agree with me that we should sacrifice, we should go out. We should spend time in the path of Allah for our own betterment. Do you agree? Who agrees? Alhamdulillah, many agree. Almost all agree. So if you agree, then why not do what I'm suggesting? I mean, agree is very easy to say yes. What will cost you? Cost you nothing. To say yes. You're not spending any money. But the real thing is that give your name and tell us which weekend you can travel. If every weekend there are qafilas. That's a beginning. Let's do the beginning. So the brothers will take the names. When are we going to take the names? After the ijtima. Two qafilas are traveling today. One is going to Madani and one is going to Jawad, alhamdulillah. Every week there will be maybe 2, 3 more names come, will be able to make more qafilas in different areas. So according to your convenience, you can tell us which weekend suits you, and you can travel in that weekend. But let's do a beginning. Let's give your name. Try it out. If you're not going to try it out, you will never know what I'm talking about. Maybe you could be motivated through the speech and you feel right now while you are sitting where I was, this is right, this is good, we should do it. But after a while when you are gone and you are busy with your own other activities and with your own lifestyle, then it might be forgotten. Then you might not get motivated again the way maybe you are motivated today. So do it then, but come and give your name and say, brother, certain weekend I can make it. Give your number so they'll call you and they'll run behind you to make sure that you travel. And inshallah, once you travel, you will call others to come and travel in Madani Qafilah. But inshallah, I firmly believe in that. Because you will find so much taste and love of the being, the practicing the being, the practicing of beautiful sunnah of the beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You will find so much in Madani Qafilah that you would love it. Jazakumullah wa ma alayna illa al-balagh al-mubin.
Please send us your views and ideas regarding the program which you have just viewed to the following email address: feedback@madanichannel.tv, or text to the following numbers: 030126127176 and 0312492138.